After a turbulent, let's say, few years for Doctor, Colin Baker was removed by the higher-ups at the BBC. After a scramble to cast a new Doctor and get a new series underway, this is the regeneration that we got. Now, on the surface of it, that's not such a bad regeneration. You know, it's a good way to start the story. It kicks off a new era in a way that hadn't been done before, and it didn't look too bad visually. Then you see this picture. Yeah. So, how did it come to this? How did the Sixth Doctor end up leaving our screens that way, and why was Colin Baker never given us a chance to leave the role properly? And equally, have we ever had an attempt to bridge the gap? Join me as we look for the answers. For the uninitiated, Doctor Who changed a lot in 1984 when Colin Baker was announced as the Sixth Doctor. He appeared at the very end of Caves on Dizani and went on to have a mixed season, let's say. Fan reception to the new Doctor was not good at the time, and not even stories featuring the Daleks and Cybermen were able to save the general perception of the show. Even still, the show was very controversially put on hiatus by the BBC, and was looking to be cancelled. After complaints and whatever the hell this was, the show was brought back, this time in a series-long narrative format that saw the Doctor go on trial. Being penned by Doctor Who veteran Robert Holmes, this set of stories was considered to be an absolute step up from the series before, and was even good quality. So good, in fact, that the show got renewed. Against all odds, Doctor Who was back on the air. But with one small matter of difference. Colin Baker, who had only been in the role for 2 years at this point, was set to be recast. Now, this caused an awful lot of problems at the time. As you can see from this newspaper headline here, Colin Baker was incensed. And he had every right to be. Now, all of this left the show in a massive dilemma because John Nathan Turner wanted to leave at this point but was not allowed to. So we had a producer who didn't want to be there, we had a show without a script editor, Eric Sayward left due to falling out with John Nathan Turner at the time, and as I say, there was no Doctor. In a hurry, John Nathan Turner was able to find Andrew Cartmel as script editor and Sylvester McCoy as the Doctor. Work began on the new season with Sylvester McCoy getting ready to play the role, but one thing was missing: the Sixth Doctor's regeneration. Now, the BBC did call up Colin to ask him if he would appear in a regeneration story, and assumedly this was his answer. What? With Colin wanting one more season and BBC outright rejecting this, the idea of him doing the regeneration was off the table. So BBC didn't have a lot to work with here. The production team had to cobble together a regeneration at the beginning of Time and Marani, which again was not great. That is how we wound up with such a strange start to the story. Now, after some hiccups, Sylvester McCoy went on to become one of the best classic series Doctors, with his final season in particular being a good watch. And Colin Baker went on to become one of the best Doctors in the Big Finish range. So with these two wonderful Doctors redeemed over the years, did this regeneration ever get redeemed? The answer is a resounding yes, but strangely enough, there's not one telling of this story, there's actually two. In 2005, we got the BBC Books release of Spiral Scratch, and in 2015, we got the Big Finish release of The Last Adventure. Now, both of these stories cannot be true. Only one of them can be true. So which one is canon? I guess that's for you guys to choose. Now, having not read it, I can only tell you that Spiral Scratch centres around a tear in the time vortex, and it is revealed that the Doctor actually was dying before Varani even entered the TARDIS. Simply adding that being shot down with the laser beams, or whatever they were, was what accelerated his death. Now, Spiral Scratch is actually discontinued in an unofficial Doctor Who book called Time's Champion, where it is experienced as a alternate dimension dream by Mel. Yeah, I'm a bit confused too. I don't know about this one. Now, the other big look into the Sixth Doctor's regeneration is The Last Adventures in Big Finish. Now, the whole story plays on the Doctor losing his morality and kind of lends a window into why the Seventh Doctor becomes a bit more conniving. Now, the explanation here to his death is kind of what's expected. It's those lasers that hit the TARDIS at the beginning of Time and Rani, but it's further explained that they are deadly to Time Lords, which does make sense. Rani could develop something like that, definitely. And yeah, the regeneration is pretty well done here, and I would definitely recommend giving it a listen. And there we have it, guys. If you were a little underwhelmed by the Sixth Doctor's regeneration and the story preceding it, you aren't the only one. People have been trying to add context and meaning to this for years, and some attempts have been wonderful. But it's all in the name of giving Colin Baker a proper send-off that he deserved. Now, I will be putting links to both of these in the description below if you do want to buy them, if you want to listen to them. Yeah, I'd definitely recommend giving it a try. But the last thing I'm going to show you guys is Colin Baker's reaction to finding out how the Sixth Doctor died.
I fell off an exercise bike and banged my head. Is that how I went? I am appalled. I promise you I did not know that until that moment. Really? Oh my, that shows you exercise is bad for you then. It does prove a very useful point, I know.